Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to my YAHAWAH and His, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity. This is Brother Kawakab coming at you in another lesson. Isaiah chapter 30 verse 12. Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise his word and trust in oppression and perverseness, and stay thereon. Verse 13. Therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly in an instant. So today's lesson is going to be on this video, which I will be playing some of it, because I'm not going to play the whole thing, because it's just, I think it's like what, 6 minutes long or whatever. But basically you have these two, well, whatever, let's just let the video play.
Who are living in the truth and who accept the truth. I know there are a lot of camps out there who like to spread this hateful doctrine, saying that northern nations can be saved. That is a complete lie. So all my white people, if you experience all those hateful groups out there, just know we are all not like that, because not all of us have pride and arrogance ever since we came into this truth. See, what you gotta understand is that the biggest problem with my people is that we want to play a victim mentality. The reason why we go through all this stuff that we're going through while we're at the bottom, and why the Europeans are all the way up here and we're down here, is because if our ancestors did what they were supposed to do, which is follow the Most High and keep His laws, statutes, and commandments, we wouldn't be going through all this. It's a reason why the black man or African Americans, we're the number one highest in HIV cases. It's the reason why we're the number one highest in cardiovascular disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. It's the reason why we're the number one in our families that grow up without fathers. Yes, those things happen in other nations as well, but it's more common in the African American community, and that was all because we didn't do what we were supposed to do. And the thing is, they ruined it so bad for us good Hebrews out there, is because every time we tell people what we are, they start thinking, oh yeah, you're a Hebrew Israelite, or you're hateful, you're this and that. And a lot of them are just speaking through ignorance of something they have no idea, they have no knowledge of, and they don't know what they're talking about. Because it's a sister that follows me, and I watched one of her videos. I'm not going to say the sister's name, but she made a video and she was crying, talking about how she can't be saved because there's a lot of those camps, pushing that hateful doctrine on her. Like, I commented on one of her videos to tell her that yes, you can, amongst other brothers and sisters that also commented on her stuff. And I just want to say, sister, and all the rest of you, y'all please don't listen to them, because they are coming through emotion, and they're coming through hate, and they are coming through pride and arrogance, and we are all not like that. Zechariah chapter 2 verse 11. And many nations shall be joined to Yah in that day, and they shall become my people, and I shall dwell in your midst, and you shall know that Yah of hosts has sent me to you. That's not talking about Israel, that's talking about the other nations. It says that many nations shall be joined to Yah in that day. Many nations. It didn't say just Israel and Judah. Psalms 145 verse 18. Yah is near to all who call upon him, to all who come upon him in truth. Notice it says all. It doesn't say just Israel and Judah, it says all. So that means all of humanity who accept the truth, no matter what nationality you are. John chapter 1 verse 12 and 13. But as many received him, to them he gave the authority to become children of Elohim, to those believing in his name, who were born not of blood, nor of the desire of the flesh, nor of the desire of man, but of Elohim. Notice it says who were born not of blood. Let's talk about the other nations, because Israel, we were born of blood, which means we are bloodline Israelites. But it says who were born not of blood, nor of the desire of the flesh, which means other nations who are not born of the blood. See, there you go right there. That's probably one of the best ones that debunks their teachings about other nations that can't make it in. And then in Matthew 28 verse 19, therefore go and make taught ones of all the nations, immersing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the set apart Spirit, teaching them to guard all that I command you, and see that I am with you till the end of age. See? All it says, make taught ones of all nations, immersing them into the name of the Father, the Son, and of the set apart Spirit. Again, all nations. So all that being said, as you can see, those are just a little bit of scriptures. There's so many more scriptures that literally debunks them and prove them wrong. So all that being said, white people, just ignore them, and if you see them preach on the street, just continue walking past. Now, don't get me wrong, if they try to get physical with you, then yeah, defend yourself, but most of the time.
Alright, Slakia, what's it called? My problem is, I already had a lesson plan, and I forgot this because I saw this video yesterday, so I forgot that he went into all those stuff. I do want to kind of debunk the things that he's saying a little bit, but at the same time, it's like it kind of gets a bit tedious, especially because the thing is, the problem with me is when I get to speaking on one thing, I tend to forget the stuff that I was talking about and the flow and all that stuff. But regardless, I let it play, and I and we're going to basically address the stuff. So Slakia about that I'd forgotten. So let's just get to it quickly. And Yahawadah, I remember. Now, first things first. He made a statement, okay, and he, basically cherry picked a bunch of verses. All right, out of context, mind you. By the way, because if you saw, as a matter of fact, let's just actually go to it. If you saw some of the things, he literally just cut off some of the stuff in order to better to basically like make sure that there's no context and whatnot. So let me first just get to the main thing. All right, first things first. All right, I think it's Matthew 8. Or maybe it's Matthew 10. Yeah, Matthew 10. Okay, so he claims that the Bible, whatever, or YAHAWAH is for everyone, or as he says, that word, which I'm not gonna say, okay, because for real, like I'm not on this whole saying other gods' names anymore. Like, I cannot be doing. As a matter of fact, that's a freaking that's a commandment. All right. So anyway, continuing on, Matthew chapter 10. And when he had called unto him his 12 disciples, he gave them power against unclean spirits to cast them out and to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of diseases. Let me just jump down to the point. Verse 5, these 12 Yahawashi sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Now, the thing is, when it comes to it's like Christians in general, they have to, in order for universalism to be a thing, they need to basically say that Yahawashi either lied or is a liar, or he went against what the Most High Yahweh said to do. And if that is the case, then basically they, by their logic, they would just need to throw away Yahawashi as a whole. They cannot believe in him, because that would mean that he is a liar, or he's going against his heavenly Father. Because this is what he's saying. He's literally saying to he literally told his disciples not to go to Gentiles, not to go to heathens, not to go to other people. He told them specifically that to only go to Israelites. Next, let me get this. What did Yahawashi say that he was sent for? Matthew chapter 15, verse 24. But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Once again, further proving that if you are saying that Yahawashi was sent for the whole world, then that means that you have to also admit that Yahawashi is a liar, which obviously he's not. And if you are a Christian, if you do believe in the Bible, you would know that if you're smart, you would not say or you would not be stupid to say that Yahawashi is a liar. That is straight up blasphemy and straight up disingenuous. All right, now, okay, continuing on, let's go. I forgot which one he had said. There was one thing I wanted to say. I think I might have to listen to what he was saying again, because he was saying one thing that I actually wanted to address. Oh yeah, this whole Slakia white people stuff. So let's actually get this in the scriptures. All right, Obadiah. There's only one chapter, verse 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken it. Basically saying that the Lord is going to completely and utterly destroy the house of Esau, basically meaning that entire race will be put extinct, will go extinct. All right. In addition to that as well, all right, let me also get these two. In addition to that, we also have this Romans chapter 9 verse 13, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. It goes to show that Yahweh said that he hates Esau. In addition to that, let's also get Amos chapter 5 verse 15. Hate the evil and love the good, and establish judgment as in the gates, Lakia. It may be that the Lord Yahweh of hosts will be gracious unto the remnant of Joseph. Okay, so he's saying to hate the evil. Who are the evil? Who are the wicked? Let's get these two to identify. What was it again? I forgot the thing. Job chapter 9 verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the face of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Who is the wicked that is ruling right now? What nation of people are at the top of the social hierarchy today right now, ruling right now? And we also get this. This Psalm chapter 17 verse 13. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. Who's the wicked and who's the sword? Okay, the wicked is the sword of YAHAWASHI. The wicked are the ones that the Lord is using to judge us, the Israelites. All right, and the wicked, as we had already established, is Esau, Edom. All right. In addition to that, let's also get Psalm chapter 139. Actually, hold on, let me think. I was just remembering a precept. Zechariah chapter 1 verse 15. And I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease, for I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction. Yeah, I guess that's fine. So basically, in us receiving our judgment, all right, we our oppressors, all right, they basically made things even worse. They forwarded the affliction. They just made it worse, in simple terms. And even Slucky, because even the brother that did this video, who he even pointed out that this dude had set on his caption and the title YT instead of the word white, because that is Esau, basically being stopping that whole narrative of people talking about Edomites and whatnot. Okay, so even then, even as he's trying to defend them, he's still not able to do this type of stuff, because it goes to show that they are trying their best to mitigate and suppress this type of information of them just basically being exposed, all right, from happening. Okay, but yet you have this dude that just wants to completely disregard the wickedness that they're doing, disregard the unfairness and the suppression of information, just to say, God loves everyone and anyone and everyone can be saved, blah blah blah, when when in reality he's taking those words out of context. And I should now remember the context of that is that even when you're talking about let's say for example, let's say I write a will, all right, and I say everyone. So let's say I say everyone can have can evenly share my money. If I'm writing a will for myself, I'm talking to the people that's my family, my kids, my whatever. Okay, I don't just say my family. I don't just say my family members. All right, because it's obviously already understood that that we're not just going to add any random person that's not a part of the family to receive my inheritance when it has absolutely nothing to do with them. Let me also get this to actually kind of prove that. Actually, I just forgot what the freaking thing was. Oh yeah, okay, here. In Psalms chapter 147 verse 20, he hath not dealt so with. Let me actually get more context. Verse 19, he showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgment unto Israel. He hath not dealt so with any nation. As for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord. All right, so this is the scriptures specifically stating at how YAHAWASHI, he is he has only dealt with the Israelites. And one of the biggest talking points to try to convince that the Lord is for everyone is how they say that Yahawashi came for everyone, when there's no real scripture that actually says or proves that. As a matter of fact, the thing that which I almost forgot to mention, but the thing about that is that when it comes to this, actually let me get that in the blue letter. When it comes to fucking hell, bro, what was it? It was John, I think. It was John 7:35. Okay, so yeah, basically, the thing about that is that there are so-called white-looking people that will be receiving salvation and stuff like that, but it's not in the sense that you think. It's because those white-looking people are actually Israelites by blood. They just look like the other nations, and this is what it is. And again, this is the type of stuff that I hate, because I have multiple different things to say. I have multiple stuff lined up, but I am not going to remember it all. Let me just freaking think for a second. What's it called? Dispersed. I have the dispersed. There's also whatever. Let's just go. The Lord guides me into saying it. So in John chapter, let's actually read it first. John chapter 7 verse 35. Then said the Jews among themselves, whither will he go that we will not find him? Will he go onto the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles? Okay. So yeah, basically it says disperse. Let's go look at that word disperse. Dispersed over here. G1290, diaspora, I think that's how they say it.
Strong's G1290, diaspora. I
don't like the way he says it. But whatever. Diaspora. Okay. Here, scattering, dispersion of Israelites dispersed among foreign nations. Okay, and over here that's that bugged out definition of the Christians scattered abroad among the Gentiles, when it's really supposed to. Well, honestly, even then, that's still kind of applicable. But the thing is that people will take the word Christians and think that that means just believers. But in actuality, Christian is was originally used as a derogatory term, more so equivalent to the N word. You know, when people call Jake the N word. I don't know if I can say that. I don't know if I can say that on YouTube, but basically, it's the hard ER of Christian is the hard ER of basically Israelites. That's what it was originally intended for. All right, and it's not actually anyone, because there are, there's it's just that, as I had said before, there are going to be Israelites that are in other nations. So whenever Yahawashi had told what's it called? Whenever he had mentioned, and whenever the scriptures even say, go to all nations, go do this, that, and third, even as we read in John chapter 7, verse 35, it says, will he go into the disperse among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles? All right, where that is a thing where we have to try the spirits, and we can't just judge based off of appearance, where there are going to be Israelites that look like other nations, okay, and as a result of that, it's just like, okay, well, this person, just because this person has dark skin, that doesn't mean that they are an Israelite, or just because this person has white skin or pale skin, whatever, that doesn't mean that they're an Edomite or whatnot. All right, so it's the same thing, because there have been what's that one chick's name? Tracy, yeah, first thing, Tracy Ellis Ross. Everyone thinks, or Slocky, not everyone thinks. Well, yes, everyone thinks, as well as calls her a so-called black woman, when in actuality her father is father here. This is her father, okay? And as we know, and in reference to Numbers chapter 1 verse 18, you declare our pedigrees are based off of our father. Okay, so our father is what determines our ethnicity. All right, so as a result of that, this is an Edomite. All right, and in addition to that, what's the other one? Blake Griffin and Steph Curry and stuff like that. They would be examples of Israelites that look like other nations. Okay, and you can just Google search that. Now I'm trying to remember once again what else I was supposed to go into. Isaiah chapter 5 verse 23 would justify. Okay, yeah. Oops, I accidentally put the thing in. Isaiah chapter 5 verse 23 would justify the wicked for reward and take away the righteousness from the righteous from him. And that's basically what this Jake is doing, where he is more worried about trying to seem right in the eyes of Esau, Edom, and to be approved of men. All right, rather than actually caring about objectivity and facts, where he is ironically trying to paint the scriptures out to be inclusive, when the scriptures were not, and were never inclusive, and are never going to be inclusive. Okay. Oh yeah, that's, now I remember. Slocky, now I remember. What is it called? The heathens, they're going to be in captivity. Let me get this. They're going to be in the kingdom. Okay, so Edomites are going to make it into the kingdom as well. Let's get that first. Let me remember what the frick I was supposed to get prepared. No, what the fuck? Is this it? I don't think this is it. Revelation, but There's multiple. Let me get this. It should be multiple. Isaiah chapter 14. Okay, so yeah, Isaiah 14 was where it's basically at. Isaiah chapter 14 from the top. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and a stranger shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And this is a part of the first part of it when Yahawashi, okay, which is part of the prophecy, when Yahawashi sets or returns and then sets Israel back into their own land. All right, it's like when Yahawashi sets them in their own land. All right, what's it called? The strangers, they're going to be a part of our kingdom, because right now this is Esau's kingdom. All right, so basically right now this is how Esau is ruling, and when Esau is ruling, the Lord's going to get him out of power and then put Jacob in power. All right, now next, verse 2, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. So yes, the people, these same people that was oppressing us, all right, we're going to oppress them. We're going to be the people ruling over them. But the thing is that it doesn't matter that how badly they treated us. There's still going to be a line where we can't cross, because they were doing a bunch of just terrible and over the top, like nasty things that we don't even. I'm pretty sure that I think I can speak for everyone when I say that we don't even want to do those stuff, because a big thing that they were doing was like buck breaking, all right, which was basically sodomizing the men, which obviously like we literally have no use for that. Like that's just not like it's literally just you get it, but like I don't know how much I can say, but like it's just like why would who wants to do that? That's not even fun. That's not even like, anyway, you get the picture. All right, so yeah, like they do that type of stuff, and it's just like we're not going to do stuff like that, but we will obviously, we will rule with a rod of iron, and we will be pretty hard on them. But it's just that you can never get to be as evil as Esau, Edom. Okay, they are the devil, they are the wicked, as we read in Psalms 17:13 and Job 9:24. Okay. Yeah, basically the same thing. Yeah, we don't need to read all that, but it basically does continue to support what I was saying. But anyway, continuing on. I don't think this is it, but basically the main thing is that's how in the kingdom, yes, they're going to be these Edomites are going to be in the kingdom, yes, and eventually they, as we read in Obadiah chapter 1 verse 18, eventually they're going to be, after they serve their time in captivity, the Lord is going to do away with them and wipe them all out from existence. But of course, there is the thing that there's the thing to understand that that's not to say that there's never going to be any more. Well, in a way, yes, but at the same time, like in terms of like any brother or sister that looks like an Edomite now, they're not gonna be destroyed. They're not gonna be considered an Edomite. They are already Israelites in the eyes of YAHAWAH. And I'm not saying this in the sense of like, okay, well, it doesn't matter, anyone can be saved, because no, not everyone can be saved. And the primary factor is your bloodline. If your bloodline goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which it doesn't matter what you look like on the outside, the only thing that matters is what your bloodline is. So yes, your race does matter, but the thing is that people get things twisted and think that there's such thing as half breeds, mixed people, and stuff like that, or a half black, half white person, half Chinese, half black, whatever. When it's literally just, it doesn't matter if what that person looks like. If their father is something, then they are what their father is. All right, so that is the definitive. Sorry, that's the definitive definition or whatever, and what Slakia. That's the definitive thing of what determines if someone will be delivered slash saved by YAHAWASHI. All right, or YAHAWASHI. So Psalms 119 verse 134: deliver me from the oppression of man, so I will keep thy precepts. And Slakia, I forgot about this, but yeah, basically, one of the things which I find so hilarious about this dude is that he wants to save someone that's, number one, oppressing us, and number two is basically stopping us from being able to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. He thinks that this type of wickedness is going to just be overlooked and just be easily forgiven. And because the things that Esau has the power, Esau is the one in power right now, and he's the one that makes things so that we can't keep the Sabbath. Okay, we can't keep the Sabbath all the time because lots of people have to work on the Sabbath. Okay, he doesn't make what's the word, society okay, not what's the word, malleable to the laws, statutes, and commandments. Okay, he constantly puts freaking pork in so many different things. Okay, in so many different ingredients of foods. I think primarily only in America. I'll say that. All right, because I'm pretty sure Canada is actually more conscious and more considerate in that regard, or so I've heard. All right, and then as a result of that, like, this is, we also aren't able to own anything to be able to, just basically have things done right in the way that we need and we want and stuff like that in order to properly serve Yahawadah. There's oftentimes this oppression that stops us, but yet you got this dude who is basically justifying and saying, oh no, God still loves him, blah blah. Oh, he still wants to save this demon that wants to continue to forward wickedness out in the world. So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. I hate people like this. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Shema, Shai, Hashem, Rakak, Wadash, double honors to the elders and apostles, the great millstone, Abad, Ball, and Shalom.